Huntsville, Alabama, one of the fastest growing cities in America and one of the most interesting cities in Alabama. Whether you're from here, have visited, or know nothing about it, there is a lot to learn about the Rocket City. Let's get into it. Here are 23 random facts about Huntsville that you may not know. Huntsville was designated for 1 year as the state capital of Alabama before being moved to more central settlements. Twickenham was its original name before anti-British sentiments in the War of 1812 caused the inhabitants to change the name to Huntsville, named after early pioneer John Hunt, who hunted snakes in Big Spring Park. Speaking of which, Big Spring Park, in turn, was named Big Spring Park due to the Big Spring. Original Huntsville founder and namer Leroy Pope built his mansion here in 1814 with a good view of the Big Spring. In 1826, Dr. Joshua Cox built his house across the street, stretching the ceiling to block Pope's view. It was then nicknamed the Spite House. Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales is also from Huntsville, and I used Wikipedia to find some of these facts, so thanks, Jimmy. Huntsville, Texas takes its name from Huntsville, Alabama, thanks to its first postmaster being from Huntsville, Alabama. On May 11, 1962, Huntsville became the first city in Alabama to be racially integrated. This is Huntsville native Anne Bradshaw Clopton, who had become famous for mastering painting on spider webs. At the time, she was the only artist in the world who had mastered painting on individual threads. Sadly, a lot of her work has deteriorated over time due to its biological nature, but it's still pretty impressive. If you like caving, the National Speleological Society is headquartered right here in Huntsville, Alabama, due to its many caves and caverns. The disc golf course at Bronze Spring Park is the 7th oldest in the world. Huntsville Hospital used to be a brothel. This is the grave of architect of rock and roll Little Richard in Oakwood Memorial Cemetery. Huntsville Space Camp attracts children from all over the country to learn how to be astronauts, but they aren't the only ones. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton all trained there as part of their training for Apollo 13. In other Hollywood Huntsville facts, it is revealed in the 2019 Marvel film Captain Marvel that Nick Fury is from Huntsville, Alabama. So, you're welcome. Speaking of Marvel, the Marvel character Rocket Raccoon from the popular franchise Guardians of the Galaxy served as the inspiration for the Huntsville baseball team, the Trash Pandas. Before it became known as the Rocket City, Huntsville was known as the watercress capital of the world. Huntsville became the Rocket City due to the fact that German scientist Werner von Braun picked the city as a NASA hub due to the fact that Montesano reminded him of his home in Germany. So that's interesting. Huntsville had the first public water system west of the Appalachian Mountains. Developed in 1823, it is now over 200 years old. And speaking of old things, this is the Big Spring Cafe, which has been slinging burgers for over 100 years. Low Mill is still a tax island. Even though it's surrounded by land owned by the city, it is technically not in the city. This results in county taxes, but no city taxes for the shops at Low Mill, attracting many young artists looking to save a few dollars. Huntsville heifer Lily Flagg was the top butter producer in the world in 1892. In her record year, she weighed 950 pounds and produced 1,047 pounds of butter. She is one of 2 cows in the world to have produced half a ton of butter, and due to these achievements, she was featured in the World's Fair. Her namesake is all over Huntsville. And last but certainly not least, as of 2020, Huntsville is now the largest city in Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama is a fascinating place with an exciting history, and if you want to learn more about it, make sure to check out Hville Blast. We are on every social media platform, and we are the best source to find out what's going on around Huntsville. If you liked this video and want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.